Most seniors step off their cruise furious, not because the ship was bad, but because 9 completely avoidable mistakes quietly destroyed the trip. A 67-year-old man I know had a cardiac episode on the 3rd day of his cruise. The ship's medical center stabilized him. Then came the bill and the news that his cruise line insurance excluded his heart condition entirely. He'd missed the pre-existing condition window by 3 weeks. That one mistake cost him over $40,000. I've got 9 mistakes exactly like that. The ones hitting seniors harder than anyone else in 2026. And number 4 alone has sent hundreds of seniors straight to the medical center. Let's get into the ones that actually matter. Mistake 1, the insurance trap. Most seniors either skip travel insurance or tick whatever the cruise line offers at checkout. That option feels safe. It isn't. The basic plan almost never covers pre-existing conditions. Unless you bought the policy within 14 to 21 days of your first deposit. Miss that window, and the conditions most likely to cause problems at sea are the ones your policy won't touch. A helicopter evacuation from a ship costs $50,000 to $100,000. Medicare covers nothing outside the United States. An elderly couple on an Azamara cruise found this out after the husband broke his hip at sea, left at a hospital in Turkey where his wife wasn't even allowed inside. No coverage, no way home. Buy comprehensive third-party insurance within that 14 to 21-day window. Confirm it covers evacuation, trip interruption, and pre-existing conditions. The cruise line's plan protects them, not you. Pro tip: set a calendar reminder the day you pay your deposit. That 2-week window disappears fast. This is just mistake 1. Hit like, subscribe, and catch the rest. There's a lot more I cover for cruisers over 60. Mistake 2. Trusting the ship's medical center. Every ship has a medical center. Most seniors assume it's something close to a hospital. It's closer to an urgent care clinic, 1 to 3 doctors, a handful of nurses, no specialist capability. No MRI, no cardiac lab, no surgical suite. And those doctors are often independent contractors, meaning the cruise line carries no liability for the quality of care you actually receive. In 2023, an 85-year-old fell from his chair during a violent storm on the Saga Spirit of Discovery. The crew decided not to evacuate him by helicopter. By the time the ship docked and he reached a hospital, the treatment window had closed. He was left permanently quadriplegic. A separate case, a ship that chose the next port over the Coast Guard, settled for $3 million. Before you sail, carry a written medical summary. Conditions, medications, allergies, and emergency contacts. Leave a copy in your cabin safe. And if your health could escalate quickly, ask your doctor directly whether your itinerary keeps you close enough to real care. Mistake 3. Boarding the wrong ship. This is the foundation mistake. The lines that built their reputation on mature travelers are quietly shifting toward families. Holland America runs kids travel-free promotions. Princess's newest ships target younger crowds. Only Viking and Virgin voyages are fully adults-only globally. A 68-year-old with mobility concerns on a spring break megaship, 50-minute elevator waits, music until 2 a.m., has spent thousands on someone else's vacation. And here's what most people miss entirely. Even within the same line, ship model matters. Celebrities' edge-class ships feel nothing like the older Solstice class. Cunard's Queen Anne is a completely different experience from Queen Victoria. The newest ships in any fleet are built for a younger crowd. Always check which specific vessel you're boarding, not just which line. Aim for 10 nights or longer outside school holiday windows. If budget allows, Oceania, Azamara, Silversea, Regent, or Seabourn carry virtually no children. What cruise mistake have you made or almost made? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. Coming up, a health mistake most seniors completely ignore. And in 2025, it wiped out hundreds of passengers mid-voyage. Mistake 4. Underestimating norovirus. Norovirus outbreaks hit a record in 2025. 20 confirmed gastrointestinal outbreaks on cruise ships in a single year. The CDC flagged a new dominant strain most immune systems had never encountered, making it spread faster and hit harder than anything in recent seasons. For a younger traveler, it's a rough 48 hours. For someone over 65 on blood thinners, heart medication, or diuretics, the severe dehydration can trigger a cardiac event. In April 2025, over 200 passengers fell ill on Cunard's Queen Mary 2 during a 29-day transatlantic voyage, a ship whose passengers skew heavily older. A month-long trip wiped out. Hand sanitizer alone does not kill norovirus. Soap and water is what works. Wash properly after every port return and before every meal. Skip the buffet at peak hours. Use a tissue on elevator buttons. If anyone at your table looks unwell, move immediately. Pro tip: pack a small soap-based hand wash. Sanitizer is everywhere on ships. Real soap isn't always. Mistake 5: getting medications wrong. This is completely preventable. Seniors still make it every sailing. The most common error: packing medications in checked luggage. If your bag is delayed on embarkation day, and it happens regularly, you could go 24 hours without blood pressure drugs, blood thinners, or insulin. For many over 60 travelers, missing a single dose isn't an inconvenience. It's a real medical risk. Ships don't carry real pharmacies. What they stock is limited and expensive. One cruiser paid $24 for painkillers that cost $6 at home. For prescription drugs, the ship likely won't have your specific medication, and some drugs are restricted in certain countries. Arriving at a foreign port with undocumented controlled substances creates serious legal problems. Carry every medication in your carry-on bag, in original labeled containers, with 2 extra weeks of supply. Keep a printed list of medications, dosages, and your doctor's number, and leave a copy in your cabin safe. Mistake 6: the invisible spending trap. Cruise ships have spent decades perfecting the art of spending that doesn't feel like spending. The wristband tap, the keycard swipe at the bar, no cash, no running total, no moment where the real cost registers. Just a bill sitting on your cabin door on the last night of your trip. For seniors on fixed retirement incomes, this hits differently. Specialty dining runs $40 to $80 per person per meal. The average passenger spends $500 to $800 on extras above the base fare. One Reddit user's retired parents came home to a $2,200 onboard bill. Restaurants, cocktails, a spa package used exactly once. "You just tap your card," the mother said. That's exactly how the system is designed to work. Set a daily budget before you board. Check your account on the cabin TV or at guest services every other day. Book drink packages, Wi-Fi, and excursions before the cruise, always cheaper in advance. 2 more mistakes to go. 1 ruins sleep for the whole voyage, 1 wrecks the trip before it starts. Mistake 7: port days done wrong. Every new port feels full of possibility. The temptation to fill every day with excursions is real, but there's a limit to how much the body handles day after day, and most seniors don't find that limit until they've already crossed it. Many excursions involve long walks on cobblestones, steep climbs, and relentless heat. Gary Bembridge, in his 60s, over 100 cruises, watched seniors drop out of an e-bike tour in French Polynesia halfway through. The brochure made it sound easy. The terrain said otherwise. And watch what's happening at port gates in 2025 and 2026. People at stands offer a free resort day pass. Drinks, food, transfers included. Once you're there, you're trapped in a high-pressure timeshare presentation. Seniors are the primary target. If anyone approaches you with a too-good offer the moment you step off the ship, walk away immediately. Pro tip: build in at least 1 full rest day per voyage. The ship on a quiet port day, empty pools, no queues, is one of cruising's best-kept secrets. Mistake 8: wrong cabin, ruined sleep. Most seniors choose their cabin based on price. That's how you end up underneath the pool deck beside a nightclub, or at the bow where the motion never stops. One cruiser booked the cheapest inside cabin on deck 2 near the bow. Engine vibration and wave impact kept his wife awake for 3 straight nights. They upgraded mid-cruise. The original cabin sat empty, and it cost them twice. The rule: mid-ship, mid-deck feels the least motion. Avoid anything below the pool deck or beside entertainment venues. And if you need an accessible cabin, grab bars, roll-in shower, wider doorways, book it through the cruise line's accessibility department directly, not just your travel agent. Those cabins sell out months ahead. Call at least 90 days out. Also ask specifically for a walk-in shower. A shower over bathtub is a genuine fall risk. Most lines can tell you which rooms have them. Pro tip: never book a guaranteed cabin. Always choose your specific room. Location is everything. Mistake 9. Flying in the same day. Obvious when you say it. Thousands of seniors still do it every season. Flying in on embarkation morning means one cancelled or delayed flight ends your cruise before it starts. Miss the ship and you're responsible for everything. Emergency flights, last-minute hotels, chasing the vessel to the next port under real pressure. Some ports legally cannot accept new passengers mid-voyage. You may simply not be able to catch up at all. A Reddit thread from March 2026, hundreds of replies deeply upvoted, described a cruiser standing in the terminal watching their ship sail. The only financial buffer was cruise insurance. Without it, the entire trip was a complete loss. Fly in at least one full day before embarkation. Book a hotel near the port. Treat it as a bonus night. Rest, explore the city, arrive calm and ready. The cruise always starts better when you're not sprinting through an airport hoping for a miracle. That's 9, but one final thing ties all of this together, and almost everyone overlooks it. Final power tip. Before you book anything, have one honest conversation with your doctor. Not for permission, for information. Tell them the itinerary, the length, how remote the ports are. Ask what a medical emergency looks like for you specifically, and whether this voyage keeps you close enough to real care. The seniors who cruise best aren't the wealthiest. They're the most prepared. That one conversation is the real edge. If this helped, hit like and subscribe for more. And drop a comment below. Which of these 9 surprised you most? I read every single one.